remember going to school in trail. One thing I remember is that they would show us old films so we could understand like what it used to look like back in the day. This is how it looked around here. You could go in the water. You didn't have to worry if there was a gator right over there because you could see it.
And so a story that my grandmother would tell me would be about the sugarcane industrial farms there, and how she remembers that during harvest season, they would burn their crop to make way for a new crop. And all the ashes of that would land in BC on the Indian children when they were playing, and on all the families, and just everything in our communities would be covered in ash from the industrial farming. And so I think that just goes to show that like, even back then, there were such clear violations and a relationship between us and our neighbors and the community around us that was already kind of, putting us at a disadvantage of what we were getting out of the environment, putting us at a disadvantage of us interacting with industry.
My grandfather on my mother's side, he used to tell me stories of when his grandfather was alive. So during the last Seminole War. Then the other thing was that other than like calls of animals, it was really quiet. So quiet that when the U.S. Army was coming to try and eradicate us, they could hear them days away because they were drumming. You know how the U.S. Army used to drum? They could hear them drumming like days and days away. So they'd be like, oh, well, the U.S. Army is coming, and they would pack up their camp and they would move. And you could tell where you were going because you could look up into the sky and you could see the stars.